I need to grab someone to look at it now. I'm just saying. I like the idea of it. Whoever was starting it. I mean, I got stuff set up like our diplomat I picked it up right away. So just let them know that from a party perspective, they got a lot of. But is it yours or someone else's? For the website?
No, this is Gator.
Okay. And you're just doing your services. You're repping the company. So as far as all the setup, lighting, and everything, no, it's really right? Have you done any laser shooting? I got you.
Hi, I was just interested in what you got going on over there. No, but I work in media. I work on the television side, so that's to me it's all kind of like blending together. So I work for Fox Media, which includes Tubi. So they actually have a broadcast facility in Tennessee that a lot of people don't know about. It's kind of underground for Fox, but it's everything. It's all sports, Tubi play out, it's for the distribution, basically all the like transmission set. So they're over there, so I work with them. And, yeah. I see. So the toolbox for content creator. Like the pipeline and all that stuff. That's great. And then this is new, so it's
So there's a company that launched that was 200 that had been working on it for about 5 years in Denver. And they're looking to come into Arizona. They have partnered out with a company called Rainbar, and I'm also partnered with a building studio here in this area. So it's
building studios because you're relocating from somewhere, or it's all new and this is where it's coming from.
I'm an Arizona guy, so
Great. Yes. Well, I mean, I'm sure because you're kind of in that space you're hearing. I know New Mexico's doing great with their press releases, but they're really struggling out there. So,
We got two stories there. So that's why all you're doing
yeah.
all that stuff. They came here because family here too.
Yeah.
So we just needed to stay here. So since I was here, moving this, so I'm always trying to move this industry.
Yeah, no, I think you're actually in the right place at the right time. So I heard that Castle Rock Entertainment is building 2 studios, one in Buckeye and one in Wisconsin. I haven't heard a lot about it this calendar year, but I heard about it like 18 months ago. It was supposed to happen. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you know, like, they were trying to get more money. They were working in Chandler, which I know a lot of tech hotels there.
We were looking for quite a while to build a studio right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you might be going up to that Scottsdale that works with the same. Yeah, I'm sure. Was it built out a lot already for them, or it's in raw space? Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend from New York that's working with Fender out in LA. She's also a musician. She's like, do you know that they have a huge showroom? It's got some like Fender guitars out of it too, so it's crazy. This is great. Is it okay if I connect you with
What's good, Doc? Good, bro. It's good to see you. Running the booth? What's up? I said you working it?
Yeah, we live streaming the event for everything on our platform. So the team's supposed to be showing up here in a bit, but yeah, they getting busy,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah,
season.
glad to see you. Glad to see you.
See what's man.
What you work?
You said what?
He said, what y'all working on?
Shit. Great to the child.
Yeah, that was real.
She's been kicking my ass in the best of ways. I'm trying to get back out in full force like I used to be. So
Hey, but y'all show y'all faces and, you know what I mean, like, you ain't missing a beat, you know what I mean? Like, we understand, so, you know, whenever y'all can't pull through, you know, one of us will pull through because we recognize and tap in with each other, you know what I'm saying? So,
trying to keep that balance.
bro, I believe you. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm happy to see y'all, man.
Kind of a little bit of a dying breed at this point, but still have love for it. So I can certainly appreciate it.
I have no idea. He's supposedly here. He's me.
live streaming the event today.
Oh, okay. But
No, I'm not. So I'm Network Empire. So basically, we have our own platform on Roku, and we're basically live streaming different events and whatnot.
do you have a card?
I do not right now, but do you have Instagram?
I do.
Give us
I
a
do.
follow.
Because I'm here on my behalf, and I'm also here on the behalf of a music artist that I'm an assistant to.
Okay. Yeah, we'd love to connect with you. We actually have our studio right down the street.
Okay. Okay, 1 second. I'm not that good with the gram.
You
But,
good? Or you can get your number too.
okay, hold on. There you go.
There it is.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So, Network Empire.
Network Empire HQ. I'm gonna follow you right back, and then I'll send you a message. My name's Gabriel.
Gabriel, I'm Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm an educator and an entrepreneur. I created a 4th grade math academy because when I was a 6th grade teacher, it took the scholars way too long to solve for X because they didn't have their multiplication and division facts memorized. Like you and I, you probably was in the curriculum when we grew up, but not so much for these kiddos.
This change? Yeah,
Because depending on the curriculum, it could be
I would love to talk with you some more about that. Yeah, I would love to talk with you some more about that because I like interviewing, people that are, counting out things out, and also, things that I know that things can fall through the crack, and people need to know about this too.
Oh, yes, I would love that. I would love that because I desire the personalized attention for the kiddos. I'm doing small numbers, and I built a 6-week academy, but I can flex it to where it's 6 Saturdays for an hour and a half. But I could work with it. And so I would love to talk to you more, Gabriel. And the singer who I'm an assistant to, she's going to be doing Tiny Desk and doing some other things. So I'm glad to have connected with you.
Okay, yeah, we do all that. We're a one-stop shop crew, so it's bigger than just me. And right now, it's me solo, but
Okay.
I'm mainly the main guy. I do every now and then, but it just only calls for which gig,
Okay.
For what I have. But are you looking to travel for or something? Or?
Well, we just did a Vineyard Music Fest in Gibsonville, North Carolina,
that's cool.
for Memorial Day weekend, and so we're going to be doing another event in September at the Vineyard again, and then we're doing a Fest in the Hills in Fountain Hills, Arizona, here in Arizona, in northern Arizona. So I'd like to link you up with the singer and the upcoming festival, because maybe, perhaps, y'all can work something out and you live stream the festival.
Yeah, let us know. We can call the whole crew. Like I said, we one-stop shop. So if she needs a place to record everything, we have a studio, podcast room, a photo shoot area, everything. So
Okay, excellent.
it's nice
Wow, I'm
meeting
so
you.
glad to meet you.
Yeah, this is what the type of events we need. So
Absolutely.
happy to be here. But I don't know, what do you want to do? Quick interviews for some people. So if I see you come back around, and then we'll do a quick interview. What's up? Nice to meet you.
Oh man, how do you do that? What do we got here?
Oh, so this is not my booth. I'm actually just live streaming the event here on our platform. Yeah, very cool.
So is this how I do? Is this how I should do my TikToks?
You can say, what'd you say?
Is this how I should do my TikToks with the big old?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
hiatus, just figuring out where my skills fit to the needs right now. It's just a fun place to be in the void. Very blessed. So what is Load? Load Plus is an online distribution platform that gives the creators complete control of how they make money. They own it. They're not selling it to us. They want how to get it out. Is that what the primary thing is? Musicians, artists, trying to figure out how to get it in storytelling you want to do in the world. Your story is utilize those for scripted film content and documentary. Those narrative is there already reasons for it taking how long it's been around? I think it's been around about 3 years now, and it's in about 4 different states around the U.S. Everything pops up on CBC and audience. That's why they have this survey that they're trying to get as many creators to fill out so that they can know they can get to what they want. Launching platforms and
Oh, so I'm not ready for this organization. It's not, I'm just not All right, I'm here with Michael. And Michael, would you tell us about your experience at Venture Cafe?
Well, I've been building a company for the last year, coming here 24 Thursdays out of that year, and it's a great networking opportunity and a great way to meet people and have a good time.
Okay, cool. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself, and how did it come about of you finding out this event?
Yeah, so I graduated for software engineering in December 2023. Had an idea for a company and couldn't find a job, so I started to build my own company. And somebody suggested that I come here, and really just took off from there. I've been networking here every Thursday I can make it. I'd like to make more, but I can't. And really, I've just been hanging out and meeting people, and some of them, it's led to me getting a marketing lead that's been great for business and great for starting this up. So,
Okay. Yeah, when did your company start?
so we incorporated in June of last year. So the company is officially a year old, but I had been working on it for a couple of months prior to incorporation. So about 14, 15 months ago. So a little over a year.
And so is there anything that we should know about before, that's coming up in 2025, or some goals? What's going on in your world?
So for me, Triptimize is launching on app stores in 2025 within this week. So this week is week of June 5th is Thursday here. And so we just build optimal itineraries for the cities that you want to travel to by letting you swipe on destinations that you'll love while you're on vacation, and then building that itinerary for you with AI. So you can find that on both Apple and Google Play app stores coming middle of June. So
how do we get some company updates or keep up with you? Where do we follow you? Or
so I am on LinkedIn under my name, Michael Melikar, or you can also go through to our Discord, which I guess I can pass on to you. And that's where we'll have all of our updates about the app, any updates that are happening, and any news that we have for you about the app.
Okay. Well, Michael, it was nice meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, cool.
I love it.
No, we haven't. Gabriel.
I'm Herman. This is Tadia.
Hi, Gabriel. Nice to meet you. All right, yeah, we're good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're live right now, and also streaming on Network Empire's platform. And just wanted to see, how's your experience at the Venture Cafe right now?
I've known Venture Cafe since almost 3 years. I did a very early presentation on digital twins.
Digital twins?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you tell us more about that?
A virtual reality show. So we created a 3D fashion design, projected it on the screen, had an avatar walking down a virtual runway. At the same time, we had a model wearing that dress in real life.
Wow.
With a designer House of Zuri from Tucson.
That's really cool.
And that's one of my startups. And now we're thinking about doing something with AI film with PJ and his team. Malcolm and I, so it's the perfect place, Venture Cafe, to meet people, meet creatives, and work on new projects.
I love it. When did your company get started, or where did you get the inspiration?
I've worked with digital twins all my career. I'm a plastics engineer, so we designed everything that's out of plastic, from a disposable razor to an electric toothbrush, already on the computer 30 years ago. It's just that the film and fashion industry is about 30 years behind. So we are now trying to do this digitization also in these categories. You save time. Like I watched a webcast this morning with Synthesia. They were showing the savings. 10 years ago, they had a video production. They used 18 people. It took them 3 weeks. They had a budget of over $50,000, and they do it now with one person in less than a week. So this is what AI does for you, you know. But
it's leading to the point of stuff like where they say a $1 billion company can be led and run by one person. Like, that's where they're trying to lead us to. But with fashion, film, art, media, entertainment, tech, people like Venture Cafe, you start to put that in a blender, you start building up money, then that's where it's going to be with like AI models, and then building up AI agents, and then having people do marketing teams, and having people understanding the whole production pipeline from our initial blueprint or idea to our finished product, to our sketches, to our concept art, to scouting our locations, to doing our script coverage, to scouting, to interacting with maps. I mean, there's so much. There's so much.
So that kind of brings up a question. So everything going on with AI and how efficient it is, what do you think that we will be doing kind of in our off time, or in between that time once it's built?
I hope. Totally good question. Past week we had this conversation at another event, AI Salon. We were talking about ethics.
Shout out to
Because,
Josue.
Josue,
AI Salon.
You have to find other ways. And I said, in my opinion, we can focus more on our leisure interests. You are not working to live, but you really can live now with all the repetitive jobs can be taken over by robots.
So I liken it to like Socrates or Plato or like Archimedes and those era. Like, they didn't even have regular clothes. They just had like garments because they were elevating their thought. Like, what is the mathematics behind things? That's how we're gonna be. Like, all of our minimal things are gonna be of the past, and we're gonna be thinking about how to elevate our consciousness, how to vibrate on a higher frequency. So, yeah. But Gabriel, I'm happy to connect. I'm
happy to connect with you guys. Did you have anything on AI? No, not today. Not this time.
Nadia is the brand ambassador of the Digital Twins.
Awesome.
So what she's wearing here is a digitally designed outfit, one of my favorite designers. And we are using recycled polyester fiber. It's moisture wicking, and it's also a UPF 50+. So we are using sustainability, we are using recycling, we are using AI, we are using digital twins, and wrap it all into fashion.
That's interesting. So how can we keep up with you, or like get some updates? Where can we find you?
Find us on Instagram, Digital Twin Collection, or my personal handle is Hermann Plank, and that's cool.
All right, before we head out, I just wanted to have one last question for you guys. So what's coming up for 2025? What's going on? Or any goals or any big thing updates that's happening for you guys?
Well, I mean, I've already accomplished so much. Like, I could retire right now for the year. But I got an art show over here at the Skyline Lofts, and it's a collaborative show with Kim Lyons, where I'm gonna do some immersive watercolor paint art, as well as then we're gonna start to activate the gallery right here on McKinley. So that's gonna be super fly. And then I know he's got a show.
Yeah, I'd love to retire, but
Keep working.
lucky him. No,
He said for the year. He said for the year.
I did so much, dude. I did so much already.
we work together with the Garment League, a non-profit here in fashion, work with underprivileged kids, do a runway show. they're the official Phoenix Swim Week. July 23rd through 26th here in Phoenix. And we are the featured design on the 23rd. So I'm currently here to talk with PJ from AI Film, talk with Malcolm, and to maybe do something to get up packaging again. The same thing what we did on the jerseys, for example. We want to do with a complete runway show. We work with blockchain, we work with AI, we work with digital twins, and try to bring that on a broader basis to Phoenix. So.
Well, that's exciting. I'm glad you're sharing it with us, and I appreciate y'all interviewing with us. Yeah, for sure. Would you mind telling us your experience here at Venture Cafe? What's going on for you?
So I'm here today because I was invited by Nicole, who is one of the panelists today. Just really excited to be able to learn more about being a creative here in the Phoenix area and getting my name out as a, mid to new artist. So yeah.
Cool. Could you tell us your artist name and how you got started, or what's some of your inspirations?
Okay, so that's a fun question. So artist name is K-Watch. I got started in 2019. Made a fun little clip with Jen Reyna, Billboard artist. After that, it just kind of took off, making some music with some different artists, and then I released my first singles that year and loved it so much. Released an EP in 2021 called Black Summer, and ever since then I've just realized that I was gifted with the ability to make music in a way that really captivates and touches people's heart, and so I'm really excited to be able to share that with everyone.
Oh, that's super exciting. So do you have anything coming up that we should know about?
It's still in the studio. My next album that I'm working on is called Love in Motion, so excited to hopefully have that out either by end of 2025 or early next year. Yeah.
That's exciting. So I don't know exactly, so like what type of music would you say? Like, kind of like, what's your soundscape of your music, or what inspires you? Some other people that inspire you, or artists? What's going on in your artistry world?
So for the type of music I do, it depends. So I play with bands, play guitar and sing, and I really love that singer-songwriter, jazz, rocky kind of feel. But I also really enjoy making pop R&B/hip-hop, which is what I do. And so with that, my biggest inspirations, I would say at this moment, because they always change, probably be people like Haley Knox. I really like Teo. I like listening to, who else would I enjoy listening to right now? I mean, we all like our Beyonce, Year of Cowboy Carter. But I think I have a lot of different artists that play into what I do, so I don't think I necessarily have a sound that I go after, but more of a feeling that's song-based, and that's what I think a lot of people will feel through my albums and music as well.
Okay, that's exciting. Well, nice meeting you, and we're happy to hear more, so we'll be tapping in with you soon. All right, fellas, nice to meet y'all. And John, Russell, how's your experience at Venture Cafe?
It's been fantastic. Great networking. It's been a very interesting event. I love the entertainment, love meeting everybody here so far. It's been fantastic.
This is my first time here, and I'm wishing I'd known about this earlier.
Me too.
It's been phenomenal. We've made a lot of contacts through the networking, and a lot of great people. And when you get with people that are like-minded, it makes it that much more fun and enjoyable,
That's wonderful. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about your business and some of the inspirations, kind of like how it got started?
Okay. Well, I started Eagle Eye Drone Services about 3 years ago. Prior to that, I was in law enforcement for about 35 years, where I learned to fly drones. Really? So yeah, after I retired and sat around for about 6 months gaining weight, I said, you know what? I'm going to do something I like and stop eating so much. So what I did is I took the experience from flying drones for the police department and decided I'd make a business out of it. We capitalize on, of course, real estate. We got a lot of real estate. We do industrial work, solar inspections. you know, any agriculture, we're available for everything. You know, cinematography, for videos, if you want to put something together for your business. I've done that. We just there, you know, out there just enjoying what we do, making it a job. It's almost not a job, you know, because I enjoy it so much.
You're just enjoying everything. What's one of your like favorite like industries to work out of, or that you guys work out of?
John actually he does real estate on a real estate portion. I do a little real estate, but he has experience. He has done it for a lot longer than I have. I do like the solar inspections and things like that. So I enjoy doing solar panel inspections. It's a little bit more intricate work. You have to do programming and all this other stuff. It's got all these long words in the language. It makes you sound like you're cool, you know, KLMs and, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. So, but, you know, the cool thing is that in this profession, of course, when you're working with drones, you have to have the Part 107 certification. So we've taken the same, very similar to the same test required by pilots, the written test. So, you know, you're not just up there throwing a drone up in the air and doing things without knowledge. Certain airspace requires certain responsibilities.
Yeah,
so
certain open like licenses to be able to.
Right. Okay. Like right now we're in the downtown area of Phoenix, and I'm almost certain without going on the app that we probably couldn't fly a drone in this area. If you're near an airport, you know, there's concerns about that. You know, we've seen what just happened recently with the planes in Washington D.C. You just can't put up an airline, a drone in certain areas where airplanes are inbound, outbound in areas, and not be concerned about how that may affect things. Plus, we're in a downtown area where people are walking and everything. You can't put drones over people's heads. There are ways you could do it, but you have to get permission to do that. But we also train people to fly drones. Okay. We prepare them for their Part 107. To take the test, because you can't do any business with a drone unless you have your Part 107 certification. So contact Eagle Eye Drone Services.
Contact Eagle Eye Drone Services. Go ahead and plug in, you know what I'm saying?
That's what we call a shameless plug.
Yeah, we on our platform, we love it. You know what I mean? You got to talk about the business.
DroneServices.com.
Yeah, go ahead. You kind of skipped ahead before I asked the question, so I just wanted to know.
Way ahead of you, brother.
Yeah, no, I love it. 2 steps ahead. So basically, what are the goal for like Eagle Eye for in 2025? Like, have y'all already achieved some goals, or is there some things that you're looking forward to that we should know about?
We're John and I were just talking about it. We want to get into the movie and the production part, you know. And we've met a lot of people here that are into that, you know. That's where we're trying to go. You might want to talk to John about that, because that's his thing too.
That's what I've been focusing on recently. I just acquired some nicer equipment, video equipment, and I want to kind of push in that direction. I find it very interesting. Still, photography's always been my kind of, you know, my go-to, but I want to get into video and movie.
That's cool. Yeah, so do y'all have like a specific style or a specific drone that y'all like using the most, or is this something like that you prefer?
When you're doing video for cinematography, I mean, any of these drones are capable of doing it. One drone here specifically is more for industrial work, but you could use any of these drones for cinematography, you know. We just purchased gimbals for the cameras, you know, expensive gimbals for the cameras, so we could also use our cameras, you know. I just purchased a new R7 Sony. So, you know, we're getting a little more serious about this. And my wife is a little upset about the money I'm spending. So
I understand. Me too. I understand.
Start doing work, man. So help me help you.
We're going to figure it out together. We're going to figure it out together.
You know, we're all struggling artists here.
We got to get it. Struggle a little bit, you know, but hey, sometimes you want that quality. That quality is what matters. Everything, you know, how it's presented.
Exactly.
Then also the ease of workflow too, because I totally understand as a creative director of just like, hey, sometimes that you just gotta bite the bullet and grab that, you know, a little bit more expensive equipment.
Right.
But it also brings a lot of good results. And how long were y'all in business?
I've been doing photography professionally for about 3.5 to 4 years.
And I've been doing it for 3 years. Now, I've been flying drones for like 7, 8 years now.
Yeah, for sure. We'd love to definitely connect with y'all soon, for sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, it's nice meeting y'all. That's Gabriel. And show them where we're supposed to meet you guys at, or how to stay in contact with you guys.
All right. I'm at, it's eagleeyedroneservices.com. All right.
Droneservices.com?
Right. And I'm Russell Burns, owner of Eagle Eye Drone Services, and this is John.
Okay.
John Rizzo.
Russell, John, nice meeting y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Sure.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Sure.
Pleasure meeting you.
No problem. Thank you.
Hi.
Let's get started.
We'll get started.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Candle Hedrick, and I work with ASU right here in the Edson Entrepreneurship and Innovation Institute. We put on programs supporting entrepreneurs, providing networking opportunities, and providing funding for entrepreneurs right here in the Phoenix area.
Really? Oh, we definitely need to talk with you soon. But also, how did you get started? What's kind of like the motivations behind of you doing this, and the kind of more of the why?
I love seeing our city thrive and entrepreneurs individually thrive. I feel like entrepreneurs also need to have a place to be connected, and it just makes my heart happy when I see people meet each other and it's like the right connection. You know, like, oh my gosh, I needed you for this marketing thing, or I needed you for this sales thing, or I need you because you know this person. And this is the place that you can make those connections, and I love being a part of that. I like being able to make the introductions and really help people find exactly what they need right here. So it makes me happy to see the joy on their faces, and that's my why.
I love that. Yeah, you're connecting the dots and making things happen. That's what exactly the type of people that entrepreneurs really need to meet. And I think that's just a wonderful thing to have. Just kind of talk about like the whole experience of Venture Cafe. How did you, I don't know if you started it or been a part of it, or, you know, what's kind of like your role here for Venture Cafe?
So I've been at Venture Cafe about 2 years now. 2 years! I'm a loyal Venture Cafeist. Usually you'll see me at the check-in desk. I volunteer almost every week helping people to get checked in. I also get to hang out as a Venture Cafe ambassador. So all that really means is I know people.
You know somebody.
So if you walk in and you need someone to say hello to,
I'm going to say hello to you.
Say hello to me, because I'm going to know who you need to meet. I'm going to know who to introduce you to, and I'm just going to try and make you feel welcome.
Okay. Well, this is my first time here.
Okay, well then, I'm the person you want to meet.
I'm glad. We met.
We met. We're friends now.
Yeah, we're definitely friends. So, so what's my last question to you is like, what's some goals or what? Some inspirations or things that you want to see fall through at the end of this year or in 2025?
With Venture Cafe?
Just in general, just what's going on with you?
With me? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, some goals, some inspirations, or anything that you want to talk about that we should know.
We just got a new contract with the city of Goodyear. So we're looking at putting together an entrepreneurship program for business owners out in Goodyear. And that should be up and going by the end of the year, and I'm really excited to get that going. And we also just got an award with the city of Chandler for the program we built for Chandler, supporting entrepreneurs out there. So we're literally across the whole city from the east to the west.
I know once we get another set, I would love to interview you some more just so we can kind of unpack a lot of what you got going on. Yeah. I feel like you got a lot going on, and in this little small time, we can't just really, just unpack it all. But I think that's really amazing, and I'm happy to be here. It's been a great experience so far for me.
Welcome. I'm glad it's your first time. I hope it's not your last time at Venture Cafe. Even if you come without the camera, you come without the microphone, just come. Come and be you and hang out with us.
I'm always downtown.
We have fun.
Right up the street. I'm always downtown.
People get afraid of the word networking.
I love it.
Networking isn't this big scary thing. It's just like, come make some friends. We're all your friends here. Come meet us. We want to get to know you. That's what networking really is.
Okay. Well, you heard it, everybody. We're here.
We're waiting for you.
That's the thing. So that's one of the initiatives we're working on. But I also wanted to mention that I'm also part of the Musicians Union. They have a program called the Musicians Performance Trust Fund. So if you're performing someplace live and it's free to the public, they will pay the musician for performing.
Can you say that?
The musicians perform the trust fund. You have to get it through the local union. So that's here, it's local 586. No, you do not have to be a member. All you have to do is be a musician. However, they will not pay for the stage, they will not pay for the venue, they will not pay for the sound system, but they will pay you. So if you want more information about that, I'll be more than happy to share it with you. And of course, for everyone else up here, I encourage you to reach out to them so that we can build a larger community, so that we can have music in the streets all over Arizona. That's the goal.
You kind of answered my question, and I want to say thank you to Adam. He actually invited me and my friend here. I run Black Atmosphere Studios alongside my partner. So what I found, just like throwing events consistently, is unless you have outside funding or unless you have your own funding, you're operating at a loss. Bigger than that, when me and my lady stepped into throwing events, because I myself am an artist, we took the moral stance of, hey, if we're going to charge a ticket price, we're going to pay our artists. We're not going to do the free. We're not going to ask for favors. We're going to put something on their bank account, right? So a lot of times throughout the night, we're excited because, hey, 30 people came in, 50 people came in, 100 people came in. At the end of the night, we break even or lose money. So I say that because you kind of answered my question. My overall question is, without that like initial bank account, because both of us started from and are currently in that process of growing. We started from nothing and we're continuously growing. Without that starting funding, where do you break even if not see a positive as an event thrower, as somebody that is producing an event?
First of all, this is a labor of love. By it being so, you can't have money as a standard for whether or not you're making it or not. But here's the deal. There are sponsors out there. There's ways that you can build it in, bringing in exhibitors, finding sponsors, utilizing funding sources such as MPTF, and you can make money. But it's not big money. Right. It's maybe just like a job, just over broke. But you do have something to work with. So I'd encourage you to get in touch with me. We're working with a group called Roots Life Unity in the Community. And we've been building slowly. But we get the city to bring the stage out to the park. And the councilwoman pays for the stage. And all we do is use the MPTF to bring in the talent, and we advertise to bring the crowd. So you start small, but it'll grow, I guarantee you, and we'll help you. Okay?
You want to stand up, say your name and your company name real quick one more time?
Yeah, I don't mind doing so. Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Josh. I'm an artist. I go by Jake Mott. Y'all clap for her because she does a lot of the labor. That's my name. My name is Again, we represent and we run Black Atmosphere Studios. So we're founded on artist creativity, community creativity. Kind of as I mentioned, I've been an artist for going on 6 years. I've done well and I've done horrible. That back and forth between being a starving artist and kind of carving your way out. There's a time and space where I decided alongside her that, hey, let's fill a void that we feel naturally where there's not enough community-ran events, there's not enough opportunity and space for artists to perform, and that's kind of what launched us. We do spiritual-based events as well. We're connected to a wellness facility. We do a lot of artist development. The core of it is really just helping artists figure out what their direction is, whether that be business-wise or just sound-wise, right? That can be a really hard place to kind of tap into. And then just, again, as I mentioned, putting money in an artist's pocket. I do it for the love on both sides, for business and my own art. It's all about the love, but kind of back to what Gabriel said, the key for me is to not see rent. If I can break even or maybe make $20 more than what I invested after I paid for the stage. Sometimes we even do raffles, right? Where we'll do an open mic, we'll have featured performers, and then we'll give an additional $200 out to somebody that just came through and tore down the stage. right? It's all about giving that love back. Mostly because, again, as an artist, I've been in that place where you get good enough to step outside and perform and be confident, and the grind makes you want to quit. And if our event can be that one place where somebody comes through and is like, you know what, I got that battery in my back. I might have got a little money in my pocket. I had a crowd that was more than 20 people and I rocked out. I'm going to keep doing this because I love it. We want to be that space. But again, thank you to Adam because he invited us out here. If anyone has any resources, knowledge, assistance, we're more than open to listening and growing with you guys.
Give him a round of applause.
John, I'd like to invite you to join the group. We have a TV station with us. We've got a radio station with us. We've got a record label with us. And
I'm sorry, Artland.
Artland. There's another great resource. So let's bring you in, learn about what we're doing, and then we can spread this across all America.
And I just wanted to kind of plug exactly what you're saying is what a lot of us are doing, and we're just a small group, right? And we're looking to network and grow. So in full transparency, some of the shows that I've produced have been able to get 2, even 300 people in my final one. I'm like, if there's not a stage that's going to take us, that's going to be too pricey to be able to rent the room, we'll create the room. If you don't see an opportunity, then you create an opportunity, right? And I made it free for everybody to attend, but with a suggested donation. If I would have encouraged that, we probably would have made a little bit more. But I already promised everybody who was part of it that they're going to get paid. So every artist got paid. There was about 5 artists. Hired a band, as well as a DJ and sound tech and their assistant. Everybody got paid. And it wasn't just $20 and thank you for your service sort of thing. It was $100 and up, and it was for at least 15 to 30 minutes of their time. And everybody was happy with that rate. If I'm able to double that rate, even better. So if I now know the baseline for my budget to just produce that one show, and it's anywhere from $1,500, I would say is about average to up, then I know how to scale it and I know how to ask for more funds. It was also all sponsored by 5 different sponsors, and I already went up to them I would love to get at least $2,500 because I want to produce 2 shows, and they were able to give me a range in between there. So it's also about community and networking and not being afraid to make those asks. You're going to produce it, and you're going to cut out the middle person so you don't have to rent a room. For me, I want to be able to record all of those shows. I want to give artists value for the shows and work that they're going to be doing. They can push it out, they can promote it, and then with that body of work, they can go to a venue and say, look at all, the shows that I already have, and then they can maybe produce bigger shows and get more people into those spaces so they can get 400, 500, 600 people into the room. That's my goal, but that's the middle ground, and I'm a community grassroots person, so I'm not looking to do a large label yet, unless I know that I can promise an artist that the level of support that they're looking for. So this is what I'm able to do right now, but with the network of these folks, we're able to grow it, and that's what I'm excited to do, because we have the resources here, we have solutions, we just need to be talking.
I'm curious, Nicole, how did you get 300 people in the front lawn?
I'm a big hype girl, and David, my friend, I haven't seen him, but he can attest to this. I've known this guy for over 15 years. If I really like an artist, I'm going to be your biggest fan, and I don't, that's not an exaggeration. I will shout your show to the heavens. I will network people. I'll connect you with 5 other people just because I really love what they're doing. But that's also how you build a network, and that's how you build a community, and it's just kind of ingrained in my bones, so I'm just honoring the gift that I have and honoring the artists that give me a lot of joy and purpose.
Thank you. Cool. Question over there.
I had a question.
I'm going to get involved because I run events and I do event consulting, and I'm the director of Venture Cafe. One of the things I think people really miss when they start building their audience is creating the database with the right demographics. So asking your sponsors, who are the people you want in the room? Who do you want to see at this event? What do they look like? What is their income level? Who are they? And then building that database and making sure you know who you're targeting, because you can get a lot more money if you get the right faces in the room. And I think that's a piece that we overlook when we're grassroots, when we're bootstrapping events. So get a really good database and start tracking that information, and ask all your potential sponsors or people that identify with your personal brand what they're looking for, and then build that up for yourself, because you can charge a lot more if you're reaching 10,000 people with an email, but you're only producing 100 people in person. So think about that too.
My name's Augustine. I'm a fundraiser venture capital guy, and I've worked on many things in entertainment as an entertainer myself, actor, professional athlete. What I've learned here, being in Phoenix, from Chicago, the big market, is that what I'm seeing is a lot of local talent are eager to leave Phoenix to make a name for themselves outside of Phoenix. Then they come back a little bit of, behind their back. They've got that ability to make more money, demand more money. So what we need to do is change that mindset.
Yeah, it's
So,
here.
yes, and that's what I'm saying. Even with the jazz festivals, and with George Benson and Dr. Jones, and getting these jazz festivals going. Unfortunately, with the local communities, it's paid to play, and there's a greed factor involved. So we got to get that mindset changed from these people, the politicians who are handling these decisions. And even in Scottsdale, we had a hard time getting the Scottsdale Jazz Festival because essentially we had to run the belly of the mayor.
Yeah.
And we want to change that mindset to where we don't have to rub bellies anymore. They actually want to come with the talent. So it's a transition of the mindset. It's going to be difficult because it's a greed factor, and just being honest.
Yeah.
It's good.
Great stuff, everybody.
So someone earlier asked about having a venture kind of thing for music. Is there anything dedicated like stage or space for this streamlined way for people to audition and find like a significant level of talent where the pool is high enough where every week or so you could post like a mid-level concert that had guaranteed good quality and competitive scene in order to kind of create like almost like a reality TV show kind of aspect where you have constantly coming in, having the recording set up, you have a easy submission form for people to submit, so you have tons and tons of high quality artists at a venue which is constantly set up so that the costs are less, so that you can build a band like that. Is there any space that you can competitively find artists?
It's a great idea. So that's like a production idea, right?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at my counterparts here. There's definitely stages and there's interest, right? So that's just an opportunity to produce a show like that. There's a lot of open mics across the valley that do that kind of work. But certainly, like, that's more about the artist's journey than it is about, like an audience then connecting, like, who's the local talent in town.
But is there streamlined open mic that's for perhaps maybe or make it more efficient, take online submissions or even has short open mic in order to quickly weed through so that you can get high quality week after week around at a location?
Yeah, if we had an organization that was doing that, that would be great. We're not there yet. And the truth of the matter is, venue space costs money. And that's really what we're trying to do. Is having enough funding so that we can have those kinds of activities. I know that Alice Cooper School of Rock is working on having more presentations and concerts, so we'll see how that goes as time goes on. But please, whatever you do, stay in touch. How many promoters are in here? 1, 2, 6, so you got
Get your contact information.
yeah, talk to these guys and hook up.
Would you like to say something, Joe? No, what she's doing?
So I feel like you can help out a lot in what you guys are talking about. I'm so busy with my company, I don't come to these things, but because it's at entertainment, I came. So my company's a booking agency in town, and we book entertainment at 9 of the major resorts. We work with all of the destination management companies, so we work booking corporate entertainment for anybody that's coming to town. So we work more in the popular stuff that gets performed, right? We're not doing the singer-songwriter person that has stuff they're writing that they would love to get out to the world. That being said, I curated a document that has, I forget the name, I think it's like 100+ streams of revenue for musicians. And I think people don't think about all the talent that each of us have to offset when you're not making money. So you as a singer and a keyboard player, can you write charts? that's a revenue for, there's so many things in this document that I created, and it hurts my heart to think that the people are suffering trying to do what they love. And we probably do 10,000 shows a year between corporate and resort. And we don't pay much. We normally, our line is $100 an hour per performer.
And what is the baseline price? Just to add to that, because I wanted to know from the union, if you have like a standard?
We talking the standard. The standard from the union right now is $185 for a meter and $125 for a side meter. That's for a 1 to 2 hour performance.
And that's an important point, because the range is kind of an ancillary range, and you can go to a bar and they're gonna say we can only do like $75 in free alcohol, which just bothers me. Like, I mean, I don't have a lot of attention about that. But like, that's not money in your pocket. That doesn't pay your bills. And you can't pay your bills with a shot of whiskey, I'm sorry. But, to have if you have like an agreed baseline for the majority of the valley, that really helps raise the bar everywhere, no pun intended. To have like $100 or $125 and up. I'm trying to get the baseline to be $150 with the places that I book, because I also book talent. But then if you have a different kind of range, then it can go up from there, and also have it parallel with the quality of talent that you're trying to book. So I think that's really important. I really want to talk to you after this though, Judge. That's so lots stuff.
All right, we do have to wrap up this presentation. You have something else you want to add on? I'm sorry.
No, you're great. You got something?
One last thing.
Hey y'all, I'm Noah Lee Garcia, and my name is Legendary Legion. I'm off of your platforms, but I'm here representing the artists, and I'm just happy to hear everything you are saying, and kind of bring it full circle with remembering that it is support out there, and kind of just like not focusing on just being on the stage, but like what's happening behind the scenes and how is it working and how we can give support for our own journey. It's very, very enlightening to be here, and I definitely would want to know the information you have as well as you put together from your experience and the work that you do. And yeah, thank y'all for having this, and definitely keep it up. I'll be back. I have a one-on-one tag right now.
All right, let's give this amazing panel a big round of applause. Y'all may return to your seats. We have one more panel going up. You guys are so nice. I do open mic comedy, and I get either $0 or $20. So yeah, what's the $75 you're talking about? Yeah. We do. I do a lot of hybrid shows with comedy and music, so those exist as well. So lots of avenues. But yeah, if you want to get 200 people to one of my shows, I'll make me so happy. I'm out here giving out free tickets every Thursday. Oh man! So we have one more panel coming up here. How we doing? How we feeling this Thursday? Yeah. It's going well. It's a fun one. I'm doing great. A little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm doing great. I'm fine. Sweating a little bit. Oh man. What was your name again, sir? Augustine. Thanks for chiming in.
Is you gonna stay for this one or walk around?
What's your name? Is the first one? Awesome. Give it up for Sydney, everybody. Sorry, Mr. Alrighty, we're gonna get right into our next one. We're gonna talk about Arizona's vision for emerging tech, music, film, and gaming. We have Matt Marcello's coming up. Give him a round of applause. Miss Joy White is coming up. Let's give her a round of applause.
Original content like Disney Channel style. It's like a Disney Channel style. Like a Disney Channel. You mean like
I was going to say, I only caught the tail end of what you guys were doing, but I would love to hear more about your organization and hybrid stuff. Interesting things like
we also have Eric Vasquez. Everybody give a round of applause.
What we're doing, my specific organization is
what was the last thing you said? They were talking.
The larger thing is more of a collaborative, you know. So right now we're just trying to connect the dots between venues, funders, artists, and promoters to.
This is real home school. And I don't know which way goes what. Let me just get the button. Oh, okay, there goes. Something's happening. Okay. All right. First of all, thank you all for being here. This is a wonderful event. This is a great opportunity for us to share what we're about for the future. PHXMF, obviously, we exist to empower artists and innovators by bridging film, gaming, music, and technology so that we can thrive as an economy and so the industries can evolve and, of course, so our communities can flourish. In 2023, Arizona launched an incentive program providing $125 million to attract the film industry to produce their product. I'm not going to read this stuff to you because I actually have some notes.
Run the flash.
Yeah, run the flash. Okay,
Yell next.
Okay, I got to say next. All right, next. There we go. So I was really curious about how music would play a role and how musicians could access this new revenue stream. But my discoveries really revealed some critical inefficiencies. Next, Arizona lacks sufficient number of industry craftsmen and modern facilities to support and produce here in Arizona. Few facilities are equipped with the technological advances that we see occurring today, and educational institutions are outdated and don't have the funds to actually build the type of sets that they need to do in the future. Next. So I'm Gabriel Bay, and I mentioned this earlier. I'm a trumpeter by trade with a catalog of works that has been placed in films, digital distribution, and productions. I had my experience touring and performing, and it's easy to see how my journey has afforded me a unique perspective on the industries that music has. So PHXMF is an annual gathering of entertainment industry innovators and craftsmen sharing the latest in technology advancements and emerging tools for digital creators. Next. So what we're working on is the workforce. We want to develop that here. Attract them, demonstrate, and mentor them with technology. Rapid changes are occurring every day, and I'm sure you see AI taking over. And then growing our industry. That's probably the most important thing for what we're doing. Chip manufacturing is coming, and so is Semicon West. So PHXMF is showcasing industry advancements in technology, gather industries like here today, entrepreneurs, workforce, provide educational institutions with access for students and attendance to exposure for tools, and to join existing craftsmen and initiates in our work field. Next. So technology is the driver, And innovators are creating new practices that will form new developments, workflows in companies. We'll have the skilled workforce here. You can count on it. Next. PHXMF is not a festival. We differ because our goal is to recruit the lower credits in fields and support the jobs created to expand our workforce. Not the red carpet, that market's already saturated. We staged a mini experience over at the Mix Center, and these are just some of the photos from that event. And we're currently staging an event right here next. So we have Venture Cafe going on right now. We have the PHX experience going on in October, which is to follow Semicon West, which is a huge conference over at the Convention Center. And then we've got a roadmap that's got our strategy planned out for the next 10 years. Hopefully it won't take you that long to get there, but we do have a plan. Next. So we've got a 65-mile footprint which provides a first-hand look at potential site locations. It showcases the 3 connecting cities along the light rail and consideration for production of future projects. So we boast a strong network of educational institutions, private and public organizations, unions, and cities. So this is a bold initiative focused on the advancement in technology, workforce development, and thriving community within the music, filming, and gaming industries, and yet to be developed markets. Industry transformations are occurring at an accelerated rate, and a shift is moving towards this inclusive and engaging form of storytelling. But this transformation process will need the information exchange market as well. So all of that is simply to say, we're here. We're here for you. We want to grow this industry, and we want to see Phoenix become the center for all of this new technology. Okay, so that's our presentation. Now you can ask questions.
Let's bring this lovely panel back up here.
So please introduce yourself so everyone knows who you are and what you do.
Yeah, go on like that. Sounds good. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Eric Vasquez. I also go by the producer name Tony, and that's what I am. I am a music producer. Woo! Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Barcelos, and I am a multimedia specialist. I've worked in the industry for a long time. I've been a teacher, I've been a director, an editor, a videographer, you name it, I'm just about done. But I'm really excited about Phoenix NF because I think it's time for something like this. So hope you can join us on the journey.
Hi everyone, sorry I'm a little late to the party. My name is Melissa Erickson, and I am the Executive Director of the Funding Studio. So we are a nonprofit organization that provides fiscal sponsorship and fundraising strategies to artistic and innovative projects so that they can access philanthropic funds and have another way to access revenue to be working artists.
Hello, my name is Jordan White. That is not in that picture. I came on board with Egypt and I've many events with Bank from different like so my organization is Build. I do business consulting and event planning, which is how I came on board. I've been learning a lot through this experience just because I was the one oblivious to all the inner workings, as Dave says, the smaller credits. I'm the one who leaves out of the movie as soon as the main people, unless I know if there's a snippet or something coming, then I'm waiting, but I'm not reading the credits. Now with this experience, I'm paying attention to a lot more, and I've learned a lot about the industry as a whole. And definitely want to be a part of making sure that the underserved communities are a part of this experience as well.
So really all I want to say about this is a movement. This is a way to bring everybody together so that we can have the film industry be here in Arizona. But we're not looking so much to attract the larger companies. I mean, they're coming anyway. They're leaving California and they're heading this way. But in the meanwhile, there's this opportunity for us to build a community of our own. So we want to make sure that we're here to support that. And I don't know how else to do that, but other than telling you that we're building and we have resources to help make that happen. So that's all I have to say about it. Anybody else want to say anything? Because we have questions. We want to take questions.
I'll run around. Raise your hand, I'll comply with the next one.
I said in our other class, I'm a raise capital, I'm a venture capitalist, and we put money into movies and entertainment. I haven't done a movie in a long time. I've been an actor for a long time. I raised money lately as an executive producer. Look at the tax credits down in our states.
I think it's like, I don't see them. I can't tell you exactly what the credit is. Is it competitive with Mexico? I don't personally, I don't think it's competitive. I don't think it's competitive, but we should be thankful that we have it.
I think we've been fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it was about 83, we lost our tax credits. And with that loss, all of the industry people, the lower credits, followed the money. They wouldn't go to work wherever the work was at. So it's pretty much drained us. And so we've got a lot going on there. The commercial industry is working real well, and there's a couple of independent films that's going on. But the truth of the matter is, we could be doing more. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because with AI coming on and all of these new tools coming on, we could see an industry grow here that is non-existent. And so that's really what our goal is to try to bring everybody in so we can do it. I know PJ Way is showing AI movies all over the place, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a lot going on in this industry. And much like the music industry, we saw that the large companies, you had to go to a studio, you had to be on a label, it was $250,000 to record that album. Well, now, you got a desktop DAW, you can go into your bedroom, make some noise, and put it up on Spotify. Nothing. So, I'm not saying they'll be successful, but you can get it out there. And then the other thing that's happening with now with AI, you can talk, you can text, you can type in what you want the music to sound like. No skills required, no understanding of how the music is supposed to sound. So it's an opportunity. It's a great opportunity, and we need to draw people in so that we can build it right. So that's all.
Not just that, but the comedy community out here is actually really huge. I swear, I'm not just plugging myself. No, you can go see stand-up comedy anywhere in the valley. You can see 20 to 30 comedians every single night. Literally, there's lots of entertainment, lots of things growing here, and that's kind of been my philosophy. There's a lot of people are like, oh, we gotta move to Texas, we gotta go there, we gotta go this. And I'm like, honestly, I know a lot of funny people here, man. I feel like we can make it pop right here. So I'm a firm believer in this. Any other questions?
So I definitely see the film and the music on the panel. Who's the gaming person? Is there someone up here who is?
He's not with us, Link, sorry. He runs out of the box, yeah. You got to excuse me. first of all, let me forgive myself for being 76 years old and hardly remember anything that's going on, but I'm engaged, so that's all, that's always really important. But late,
So Lynn Kusick, he actually had to step back for personal reasons, but he's been our gaming component. But he's also building his production for music. He got some entertainers. So his passion has been gaming. So we are connected with the Mix Center and some other organizations. So we have not excluded that there is a huge gaming component. And also making sure that we're also tapping into the educational criteria to build the workforce. So we're also looking at connecting with educators, schools, starting at the elementary school level, because if the youth don't know, as much as they play games, they need to know that they have the opportunity to be able to build the games or different components so that they can also know that there is opportunities for them in their future. It's not just playing. Like, what if you could make a six-figure income off the same thing that you grew up playing? But if we're not teaching that in the schools, then we can't build that workforce. So we're also looking at tapping into an educational component of building the workforce for the future for Arizona.
I want to add one more thing. We are reaching out to the community. We've heard from Marcus, I can't remember his last name. He's written a great book and he's given us all resources so that we can touch bases with all, not just the large gaming industry, but there's a lot of small gaming creators that's out there. And so, what's that? Oh, yeah. I can't explain that.
We had a gaming presentation 2 weeks ago, and it was actually really engaging. We had like 50 questions. It was a great one. So there is a big ecosystem for that here as well. A couple of the people that are involved in that, questions. I can connect that. Give it up for Brandon.
I have a two-part question, and I'd love to hear from each person on the panel if possible. One is, for creatives, what advice would you give them to actually make cash flow today? Not in 5 years, not in 10 years, but like today, how can they start generating income? And kind of the second part of that question is, how can they connect with existing businesses? So like here we are at Venture Cafe, it's a place where a lot of entrepreneurs come and different businesses. Because I feel like, I guess the second part of that question is, how do we connect with those businesses, the people that do have money to help fund the creatives today?
But you want to hear from each of us, right?
Exactly.
Okay. You start.
So one of the things that I would say is that's where AI has become, I feel like, the money maker. For me, I'm not an AI expert, but I have partnered with an organization that is about to actually, we're launching in the next couple of weeks, where we will be actually brought Gabe in as a part of PHX and Math to make sure that we have the platform to generate the income. Because again, I do event planning, but I am about partnering with the resources and making sure that people know what's out here. So for me, Gabe has been a big component as to opening doors for information. So I'm a gatherer of information and resources to make sure that the community knows what's available. I have experience, I've been in Phoenix for 3 years. And I'm born in Chicago, raised in Philly, so I've got roots Midwest and East Coast. So coming to Arizona, it's been an eye-opening experience, and I think your question is legitimate because there's a lot of gatekeeping out here. So now it's time to break those barriers down, and I forget which gentleman spoke about, you're speaking about how we don't have the information that we need, and I think now we're at the grassroots level of breaking down that gatekeeping so that we can have the resources in the community like what you're talking about. There's money out here in Arizona, and now it's time to crack open those doors. So that's part of what the PHX experience is about making sure that those resources are coming to those smaller businesses, those startups, to make sure that we have what we need. So if you are coming a part of our experience, we're bringing those resources, because again, this is about the workforce development for Arizona. And I'm here, so I'm here to make sure that I see it happen.
So I can address this question from a philanthropic standpoint. The reason that I created the funding studio was to create another avenue for artists to access funding resources, so that funding was not ever going to be a barrier for them to create your art, because it's so important what you have to say. So what we do is, through fiscal sponsorship, we make it possible for you to receive donations, right? So without you forming your own nonprofit, right? So as an artist, you are able to receive philanthropic donations, and that's determined by the IRS. And so we do fundraising strategies. So we talk about who's in your network, who are the businesses that you could be reaching out to that connect to your film, right? Or people that you might know that already know businesses. And creating corporate sponsorship decks that work for them, that are specific to your film and your project, and then creating sustainable funding over time through what's called a sustainer giving program, where you're working with people instead of making one big ask that you do with a crowdfunding campaign. You make an ask where you say, can you donate $25 a month for the next year? But that never ends, right? So you have this constant flow of money that you can rely on. And these are tactics that big nonprofits use, and artists, independent artists just like you guys, can utilize these same tactics.
Well, the first part was how can you make money now? And the second part was?
Connecting with businesses that can then get them, existing businesses.
Okay, so I'm in a fortunate situation because I've been working full-time in the industry for almost 40 years. During that time, even though I had a regular 9-to-5 job, I always did freelance work too. And that was I would find out about freelance work just by networking. So I've been in numerous organizations, some that are no longer around, like the IPVA and the NCAI, which were like video maker groups, and then now I'm in the Arizona Production Association. So I recommend them highly as a source for networking and also to find out about work. And one thing I used to tell my students, so students want to know how to make a job. I tell them to network, and I tell them to keep learning. Make yourself that indispensable person on the crew that they can't live without. Just do anything you can to get out there and get your foot in the door. And that might mean working for very low wages to begin with. But networking and learning are what I recommend. What was the second question?
Connecting with businesses that already have the money.
Yeah, so I don't really work in that area, so I don't really have to go out and look for funding. I have a regular job. But, I would say that the networking thing is probably the biggest thing in that area, because I've seen it. I've seen other people. Over the years, I've seen people start their own businesses, and they find a niche, and they're very good at it, and they become quite successful. And they know people, and they keep getting work over and over. They get that one client that's going to keep hiring them every year. We have people that work for us that do that. And other people like just are, I think like Gabe was saying, they have that passion to create. They want to make movies. They want to make music. They want to perform. So I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, so as probably one of the few creatives up here as far as the music production goes, yeah, great comments already. I would add to the question of how can, for example, artists make money in this business. Definitely get good at what you're doing. So meaning have good content, have good music. It's not that they're going to find you, so you got to put yourself out there. That's what I've had to do. Networking for sure. And then as far as how do you find businesses, I mean, I found somebody in the lobby earlier today that I'm going to connect with to possibly score some of his marketing videos. So it really comes down to that networking, getting good at your craft, and then at the same time thinking outside the box. Like, okay, where could my services be used? Because that's what I like being a part of this movement is music is in everything today, right? Movies, TV, ads, you name it. There's games, right? There's music's everywhere, so it's needed. And so even an artist such as yourself, Josh, if you have the content, then it's a matter of networking for sure, and you can find that income and find the opportunities.
Sounds like everyone used to go to Venture Cafe. No, I agree. I went to a show on Sunday to go meet somebody, to go meet like a comedic manager. I went to just go say hi or whatever. And then 10 minutes later, he was like, "You want to get on a show tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "When do we start?" It was like 5 minutes. I was like, "Let's go." And then I met a dude who was in the new headlines in Texas and told me, if I'm ever in Texas, I can get a spot on the show. So it really be like that.
And if I may add one more thing, because it's one thing too to like have our craft of what we do or what I do, and I can be stuck in the mindset of like, well, okay, I only make music, so if I don't have that opportunity, then I'm not going to take it. It's like, no, because another way I've been able to, I guess I would say, fund my own music career is by helping others, say, mix their music. So it's like, again, getting good at the craft of what you do, having a passion for it, and then offering that to others, and then they'll see that and be like, yeah, you know what, I want to work with you. And that's how I got involved with Phoenix PHXMF, just by having a passion for it.
One more question over here, then we're gonna kind of wrap this thing up.
Organization called APA, they have a meeting tomorrow, so I might put that information today. As far as myself, I find a lot of stuff on the internet. It's a treasure trove of information. Anything from Facebook, LinkedIn, what else? Instagram. Use those resources and find out. Facebook, they have Facebook groups. You can find out like where you can network. Maybe one local you can connect via, and it's go to the that's the best way to get something out there. I mean, the technology is changing so much. The industry, everything's changing. So we're very level. So it's taking people out here also. So it doesn't matter. You never know who you meet. Person at different levels.
All right, well, there's one last closing question over here.
I actually wore all three hats: entertainer, investor, and broker. So in the brokering world, what I'm realizing is a lot of investors don't have the education to understand entertainment finance. This is very, very key for any of you that are entertainers. You got to know how to do the pitch. In essence, you got to be a teacher too at the same time because they don't understand entertainment finance. We're in a hub of real estate and technology. So a lot of these guys and gals who are investing are looking to make a bang for their buck in that space. So I really believe education is not just for us entertainers, but it's for the investors too. So we got to take charge of that education part and be the teacher too. Believe it or not, it's the truth.
Great stuff.
Any closing comments?
Yeah, just a quick journey for myself. I started off playing as a kid and travel across the country. Next thing I know, I was traveling across the world. Then I came back and I understood that being a creative and being original was more fulfilling and more rewarding. And then I realized that now I can get my music out there. They can be in theaters, they can be in commercials, they can be everywhere. And so it's not just the performance, the writing's important, the networking's important, making relationships, building relationships. I can tell you that every time you say yes, it'll lead you to another yes. And keep doing that. Don't ever deny yourself an opportunity. Just say yes. And one day you'll find yourself further than what you even imagined. So this is just a little bit of advice. It takes a journey to get to what you want. So if you want to get paid tomorrow, you better know somebody today. So, so that they'll work for you tomorrow. So I can't give you any insight other than the fact that if you take one step forward, you'll find that you're connecting with people who will help you do better. So that's all the advice I have. And love what you do. That's all I can say.
Give it up to this amazing panel, everybody.